Thank you so much for attending my PowerPoint presentation on Sven, a hero for gym bros. Sven is a melee strength carry hero whose most iconic feature is his ability to turn your entire team into dust in just a couple of right clicks. He has two of the absolute best auto-attacking abilities in the game, along with probably the single best damage steroid in all of Dota 2. Combine that with his 95% cleave without a talent, and you get a hero that can get a rampage off of an Echo Saber proc. While damage is front and center in his kit, it's not the only thing that Sven brings to the table. He's also got Stormhammer, which is a very nice point target AoE stun that can hit multiple heroes, and he's also got Warcry, an armor and movement speed granting ability that can be used to counter anti-armor strats. Sven's simplicity and ability to deal fat smacks makes him a very common recommendation for new Dota players looking to try out the carry role. As for my personal thoughts, Sven is really fun to play, and right now he's pretty good in the meta. I expect to see some of him at TI, and for Valve to nerf him to the ground after him. He suffers a bit from Juggernaut disease, that being that he's only allowed in the meta every 3.5 years. Still, when he is in the meta, you're going to want to play him. Oh, and he's a fish. If you don't believe me, go read his lore. The dude's half fish. He just walks around on land all the time, but no, he's a fish. I also think he has beef with Chen for some reason. Maybe it's because he's a fish. I don't know. First, let's talk about Cleave. Cleave is the ability to deal damage to secondary targets surrounding your original target of your right click. It's obviously quite good for jungling, since you can attack the large creep in the camp and all the other ones will just die on their own. The most common source of Cleave in the game is Battle Fury, which deals 40% of your damage to enemies behind your target up to 600 range. Sven's Cleave deals 95% damage up to 700 range, making it the absolute best source of Cleave in the game, and basically makes his attacks AoE. Great Cleave is one of the single best farming abilities on any melee hero in the game, because you don't have to go any farming items. Still, you're going to go a lot of them. It's kind of weird. Basically, Sven lacks a lot of attack speed, but Cleave makes up for that because you can hit several units at once. If you're able to increase your damage, and trust me, you'll be able to, and your attack speed with your item build, you'll be able to cleave down pretty much anything you see in just a couple of hits. The nature of Cleave also makes it very important for Sven to carefully consider his position in a fight. If there's two heroes to smack down, you want them to be in a straight line. You don't want to blow up the Crystal Maiden while the Enchantress is over there making fun of you. You'll also have to carefully consider your targets. In the example, you should absolutely go on Crystal Maiden, because you'll still be able to deal plenty of damage to the Enchantress and not have your attack speed laid low by a magical deer lady. Cleave also gives Sven an identity as an almost 100% physical damage dealer. If there is an Ench on the enemy team and you can't cleave her off of someone else, just hope that someone else deals with it. Next up, let's talk about God Strength, Sven's ultimate that lets him crit for 1,000,000 damage. God Strength is a temporary damage buff that multiplies your base damage by a certain amount. At level 3, 190%, and that is before the talent at level 25 that adds an additional 50. This gives Sven one of the single most terrifying damage stat lines in the entire game. Very few heroes can survive a Sven just laying into them, and those that can usually do so through either evasion or damage block. We'll talk about that later. The basic idea with Sven is that you want to pop God Strength, blink in, stun with Stormhammer, and then hit them with Mask of Madness and Echo Saber until they stop moving. It's a very simple game plan, but thanks to the fact that Sven's numbers are absolutely out of control, it's a very effective one. As for his facets, Sven really only has one. Wrath of God, the red one, increases his damage by 0.5 at level 18 for every point of strength that he has. This is to help you out in case you thought Sven somehow didn't deal enough damage. Heavy Plate did enable a couple of rogue pause for Sven games a couple of patches ago, but since then Valve has taken it out back. Another cool perk of God Strength is the fact that it lasts 30 seconds long, which means that you can blink on different targets multiple times in a fight as long as you can get the cooldown managed. This means that you can blink in, obliterate a support, run away, and then, once your team initiates the real fight, you can go back in for seconds. Now, if all of this sounds appealing to you, and I don't blame you one bit for that, here's how to play Sven. First, when you show up to the lane, you'll have to very quickly decide if this is a lane where you're either going to kill or be killed. Determine who the beatdown is, and then play accordingly. If you can get kills with your position 5, run in with Stormhammer, cast your spells on them, let them cast spells, kill them. Position 5s that fit this category are ones that can deal consistent damage, not necessarily burst, so Dazzle, Crystal Maiden, and others. As for the babysit lanes, this is when you're stuck with a defensive or zoning support that, while strong on their own, can't necessarily contribute to killing the offlaner. Just keep in mind that you have no goddamn mana pool at all, so unless your position 5 somehow has Arcane Boots already, you need to be very careful about when you cast Stormhammer. Once you get a foothold in lane, you're going to build some kind of boots. I usually go with Phase for the movement speed, and then you're going to pick up a Mask of Madness. The lifesteal will sustain you in the jungle, and you benefit a lot from attack speed. After that, you're going to get an Echo Saber. You benefit a lot from the mana regen, and of course, the attack speed. After that, you get a blink dagger, which doesn't give you attack speed, but it lets you actually right-click people. After that, go BKB or Chrysalis, whichever one looks more fun, wink wink, and then go Daedalus. After that, you won't have a whole lot of item slots left. You can always upgrade to a Harpoon if it sounds good, but really, your problem is going to come down to getting attack speed. You're going to eventually want to sell your Mask of Madness, but that also means giving up 100 attack speed for a Satanic. It's a good idea, but Echo Saber is not enough, and you're going to have to supplement that attack speed with something else. Swift Blink is the obvious choice. You already have the blink in your inventory, and it doesn't take up yet an additional item slot, but there are other ways to get it too. Assault Cuirass is kind of a rogue pick, but I find it helpful against anti-armor strats and against heroes like Drow Ranger. MKB can be nice if the enemy has some evasion on their team. The attack speed is a nice little bonus. Or you can just say, fuck it, we ball, and go Moonshard. Eat it and buy another one. If you already have infinite attack, the only thing you need is infinite attack speed to reach the zenith of infinite damage. The 6 slots in the inventory can start to feel a little restrictive come late game, but trust me, a Daedalus, BKB, and a Blink alone will take you very, very far. One last cool thing you can do on Sven is convince your position 5 to stack the Ancient Camp near the safe lane. Then, once you hit level 7, or sometimes even at 6, go ahead and pop your ulti, waddle over there, and take a quad Ancient stack at 8 minutes into the game. It's not a very sustainable thing, and you'll probably come out on very low HP, but trust me, it's a really good way to kickstart your farm and begin the path to Echo Saber with a full Ogre Axe. Oh, and God help them if you ever get a DD on Sven. I've always really liked the divide between simple and complex hero designs in Dota. I wrote a little bit about that here from Sven's perspective. Go ahead and read it if you like. Now, if you're tired of losing to Sven, just wait 3 months for Valve to nerf him into the ground for no goddamn reason. However, if you're tired of losing now, there's a couple of things you can do. The first is to pick heroes that either make him miss or have natural evasion. I mentioned MKB as an option that he can go for attack speed, but that often means selling Echo Saber, which loses a lot of value in itself. So, if you can pick up heroes like Troll Warlord or PA to counter carry him, that's probably a good idea. Templar Assassin does not have any innate evasion, but Refraction is really good. Remember, he has attack speed problems. If he has to hit you 5 times in order to even start dealing damage, he's never going to deal that damage. Outside of that, heroes that are really good at kiting him, such as Viper, who gets bonus points for being able to disable his cleave entirely, and Batrider are excellent choices. As for the supports, there's plenty of items they can pick up to help damper the Sven's day. Ghost Scepter is an obvious choice, since he can't even cleave you as long as you have it active, and then Glimmer Cape is also good, but he can still cleave you while invisible, so keep that in mind. Force Staff is also an excellent option, gets him away from you, and Yule's is also a good option. If he goes BKB, you can just use it on yourself, and if he ever goes Nullifier, start using it on him again. Sven's almost entire core identity focuses around dealing damage. If you can prevent him from doing that, you'll win the game. It's really not that complicated. Oh, and don't group up for the 5-man Stormhammer. If you do, just go ahead and disconnect. You can queue up for another game shortly afterwards. In conclusion, Sven is a very fun hero, and you should absolutely play him. You get to make number go up really high, and you also give support players 1,000-yard stares after demolishing the Ancient. Peace on planet Earth.